Get free music on mdundo.com.
He's giving me victory. Oh, my God, I'm giving me victory. He's giving me victory. Oh, all the days of my life I praise you. Everything that I have now, you get to me, Baba. Lord, I say for your love I'm grateful. Yes, you love me plenty, you came to die for me. Jehovah Rapha. I am better, I am this Jehovah man. God has given me victory. God has given me victory. He has given me victory. Hallelujah. 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 Come and see what the Lord has done for me. He has taken away my sorrows and now I'm free. I got me running away, bro. I got my power, hallelujah, power. Because of Jesus, every day I shall get double, heavenly blessing, I am at receive. God, your grace and mercy is always to follow me. Yeah. He has given me victory. He has given me victory. God has given me victory. God has given me victory. He has given me victory. He has given me victory. Hallelujah. 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 If Jesus has given you victory, come let's dance, let's give him praise in now. If Jesus has given you victory, come let's dance, let's give him praise in now. Because of Jesus, every day I shall get double, heavenly blessing, I am a receive. God, in your grace and mercy is always to follow. He has given me victory. Oh, my God, has given me victory. He has given me victory. Hallelujah. 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 Because of Jesus, every day I shall hallelujah. Double, heavenly blessings that he might receive. God, your grace and mercy is always to follow me.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's session of our live webinar on YouTube. I'm so excited to see everyone, and I am happy we are having this session again today. I believe that we are all ready for today's session. So this is 360 degrees Avalanche concept, and we are into school management, school growth, and we also help schools to develop curriculums that meet international standards. We are equally into training of teachers, both online and on site, all right, and a whole lot of other things we do practically in education. I'm so excited to see everyone, and My name is Miss PC Ibanhudike. I am so excited that we're here and we're going to start this session right away. Okay, so if you join the session, all right, this is an introduction. If you join the section, please put your name in the comment section and we'll get to know who you are and where you are viewing from. Okay, so your name and where you're viewing from. Okay, equally you can add your status. Are you a teacher? What are you? Are you an educator? Generally you work where children are, or you just teach both children and adults. All right, so we can know you better. Is that okay? So I am so excited for today's session because this topic we are about to look into today is a topic that a lot of people are confused about and they talk about it, and it has also generated a lot of views, opinions and all of that. So that's why I'm happy about today's session. All right, so you're going to be making your contributions as we proceed in this session. Okay, so as we continue, whatever your contribution is based on the topic, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. All right, I will start with the topic we already know is how to handle AI in schools. Remember what we are doing, this is an educational organization. 360 degrees, we are into education. All right, so our focus on AI today is going to be looking into how we handle AI in schools. Just like, we know that AI is a general thing. Now everybody is using AI, both in your workplace, anywhere people are, they use AI. All right, so we are going to look into AI in schools. How do people handle AI in schools? All right, so I'm starting with an icebreaker question. My question is, as a teacher, all right, or as an educator, someone that works with children, I want you to look at your phone's screen and answer this question. Please feel free to drop your answer in the comment section. Do you feel that AI is a threat to your classroom? Do you feel AI is a threat to your classroom? The answer should be either no or yes. I don't want us to go deep into explaining the reasons for our yes or our no. Just drop either a yes or a no. So is AI a threat to your classroom? A yes or a no response. There are no right or wrong, okay, to this question. There is no wrong or right answer to this question. So I'm still looking for some persons to drop their. Do you think or feel that AI is a threat to your classroom? Generally. So what is your opinion? Is it a threat to you, in your classroom, or is it not a threat to you? I just want to know where you stand on this particular topic. Okay, so I'm going to paint a scenario, or rather tell us a story, all right, about an English teacher in a certain school. So she was terrified because of AI, because actually when you ask questions, when you probe people about AI, a lot of people are not very comfortable with the invention of AI, all right? So this particular teacher was terrified about AI. So she she felt replaced. Like many people feel that AI has come to take over their job. So, but then she got smart and she told her student to do something different. She told them to ask AI to write a debate between the main character, Okonkwo, for example, and a modern day Lagos social media influencer. So the class, exploded. Everybody started, making comments and talking, right? The students started talking about culture, tradition, and there was a lot of argument in the class, all right? They started talking about character and the rest of it. So she realized she wasn't replaced, rather she just moved from giving answers to sparking deep thinking in her students, all right? Remember I said this is an English teacher. What did she do? She asked her children to do a certain thing, which is to write about Okonkwo and a Lagos social media influencer. So her students started talking in the class. Everybody exploded. What's that? How are we going to do it? Culture, tradition, character, and the rest of it. So the teacher knew that actually she has, awoken something in the children, and that is critical thinking, deep thinking. And you know that we encourage critical thinking in the minds of our students now. It is very, very, very important. Among the 4 P's, rather the 4 C's in education, critical thinking is one of it. All right? The 4 C's in education, critical thinking is one of it. So you can see that it is very important in the 21st century mainstream classroom. All right, so what are we doing today? What are the objectives of this webinar today? Today, we are going to just be looking at 3 basic things without, diving deep into all of the things about AI. But these things are also going to open our eye to the way to handle AI in schools. Are we getting it? So what is the objective of today's training? First, we are going to understand what this tech is actually. What is tech actually? When you hear tech, what is it? What do you make of it? Because it's important you understand that before you begin to look into AI and the rest of it. So what is tech is one of the objectives of this session, and we will learn how to change our lessons so kids can't just copy and paste, because that's why people are not comfortable with AI. A lot of people that are not happy with the coming of AI, they are concerned about people copying and pasting. I saw a particular message in a certain WhatsApp group where some group of teachers were very upset about someone actually, a particular person in the group raised this topic. He said, I was so angry with her because we gave her a topic to come handle. Like she was given this particular person in question was given a certain topic to come teach. So according to the person narrating the story, he said that the woman copied everything from AI and just, gave them. And when he found out that it was from AI and everything, he was very, very upset. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why some people are not comfortable with AI, because they feel people just copy and paste. They don't think, they just go there and type, and then AI gives them and they dump it. That's why a lot of people are not comfortable with it. Okay, so but we are going to, understand all of that as we progress. Okay. All right. So remember I said one of the things we are going to be doing today is to understand the tech, and then we are looking at redesigning lessons. How can we make our lessons more interesting in such a way that our students will enjoy classes? Okay? How do we make our lessons interesting? We will learn how to change our lessons so kids can't just copy and paste. And then we'll look into how to keep our students safe on the internet. Keep them safe, and then for them to know how safe to use it. Because that's another fear, especially from the angle of parents and teachers. We are so much concerned about the safety of our kids when they are online or when they are using all of these softwares, AIs, and the rest of them. So these are the three basic things we are going to look into today in this session. All right, so what is AI really? What does it mean? What is the meaning of AI? As a teacher, if you are asked the question, what is AI, what will you say? Okay, now, imagine a person who has, someone that has read a book. The person has read so many books, but the person doesn't understand a single thing or a single word in that book. The person keeps reading and doesn't understand anything from the book. Do you understand what the scenario I'm painting now? He keeps reading and no understanding of what he or she is reading, but he keeps reading. And then, if you ask them a question, they don't think, they just remember how people answer questions, usually. Because they don't pay attention to the words that they read. They just read, and they have accumulated so many books. But if you ask them questions about the book that they have read, they would just give you answers based on how they know people answer questions, but not really giving you answer to the question that you have given to them, or rather you ask them. So that is AI for you. It is a predicting machine. AI predicts. It doesn't know that fire is hot. For instance, AI doesn't know that fire is hot. What does AI know? AI knows that the word fire is usually followed by something, a word that is maybe burn. Do you understand? So that is AI predicts. It doesn't give you an answer to the question you are looking for. Okay? So it is an imitation of human, not a real person. It imitates. It copies. That's what AI is. It doesn't give you real answers. So our students are using it to skip the struggle of learning. Instead of having to sit and think and do that deep thinking, that critical thinking, they just give AI and I'm going to talk about prompting, because some people think that prompting AI is laziness. It is not laziness. And the picture I painted earlier, or rather the story I told about someone in a particular WhatsApp group. Now, in our previous session, I made mention about people. I gave an instance. I said, let's take, for instance, you have a blending machine in your house, right? We know that blending machine helps your work to be easier, or makes work easier for you. All those machines we have in the house, on ACs, whatever, all right, cooker and the rest. So you have it, and then you want to blend something. Instead of using the blender, you now prefer to use mortar, because the guy was angry. Why would the woman copy from AI and all of that to come and teach us and what? And some people agreed with him, all right? It is your opinion, but you also have to look into general view before you make conclusions on things. You don't just base your opinion on a certain premise. Do you get? So, and I was not asking myself, how is it possible in the 21st century that you prefer to sit down and start cracking your head about a particular question or something when there is something that can help you make it faster and easier? That is not laziness. Because mental work is the most difficult and tasking work you can do. Now, if you want to prompt AI to really give you an answer that is very, very accurate or standard or professional, you have to also have a certain level of knowledge. I would tell people, it is not about copying AI or copying information from the internet. You must have a level of knowledge over or on the topic you are talking about before you have the leverage to prompt AI properly, because if you do not prompt AI properly, it will not give you the right answers. Or even if it gives you answers, the answers are going to be shallow, they will not be deep, and they will be wrong. And remember, there are wrong information on the internet, right? So if you have a blender in your house, do you prefer to use, how do you prefer to use mortar to pound pepper when there is a blender that can make the work easier for you? So that's practically what AI is. But then it's in another level, all right, that I'm going to also explain. So our students are using it to now skip the struggle of learning. And then we used to teach them how to build a car. All right, this is what we've been teaching our children, how to build a car, how to do this and all of that. Now we need to teach them how to drive, right? We've been teaching them how to construct a car, but now in this age and time, what we should be looking into, because of the coming of introduction of AI into our generation, we need to start teaching. I'm just using that car, driving and, building a car as an instance. Do you understand? So you have to also learn to teach your children how to use the internet. All right? So they might get the answers faster, but your children might lose the big picture. And what is the big picture that we are talking about here? What's the big picture that the children will lose? That big picture that the children will lose is what you as a teacher is supposed to work on, so they don't lose that big picture. All right? Now, you've been teaching them how to drive a car. It is rather how to build a car. It is time for you to start teaching them how to drive the car. All right, so they don't get lost. They might get the answers faster, but they might lose the essence of what you have given them to do. Okay, so our job is to make sure they don't just find answers, but they learn to question the answers that AI has given to them. Because if you copy what AI has given to you verbatim without questioning it, without looking into it, that is when you have lost the purpose of AI. Because AI is not there to do the job for you, as in the holistic part of the job, which is the brain part, the thinking part, the deep thinking part. So you ask AI to describe Okonkwo and a Lagos social media influencer. AI can practically not do that for you. I don't know if you get that. So this is where you have to come in as the brain behind the work you're doing. Okay, so our job is to make sure that these children don't just find answers, but they begin to think over the answers they have gotten from the internet, from AI. Do you understand? So now, as the teacher, what is your role? What do you do? AI always gives the safe answer. It gives the average of what everyone else thinks. That is why I said that AI is a predicting machine. Okay? It gives a holistic knowledge of what everybody thinks. That's why it's in the first scenario I painted, I said that what AI is just like someone who reads. The person is just reading and reading, but they don't have deep understanding of the words they are reading, of the actual thing in the book. They are just reading. So when you ask them, they have read so many books, so AI knows everything. But when AI does not know the words. I'm just using that as instance. As we progress, you understand better. So when you now say AI, what is the meaning of metaphor, for example? AI will not answer you. It will not give you an answer that will really give a deep meaning to what metaphor is. But it will give you a response based on the fact that this is a particular way of responding to questions. Do you understand? Okay, so that's what we are looking at. So as educators, what is our role? We must now, as educators, move toward human answer. Okay, the human answer. We need to ask our students for the part of thinking that require a human heart and personal life experience. Something that when you say compare or conquer in this story and a social media, Lagos State social media influencer, you are now moving them now from just going to AI to just type, all right, and just extract answer. They are not going to be forced to think for themselves, right? They will not need to think the answer as human answer. Do we understand? So we need to ask our students for that part of the thinking that require them to use their human experience, personal life, and all of those things to answer the questions. So things a machine can never have are the things that children are supposed to come up with. There are certain things that machine can never give you, and AI cannot give you. If I mention AI here, that I'm talking about, rather if I mention machine, that means I'm talking about AI. All right, so that's what we are looking at today. All right, so as teachers, if you ask AI to write about ambition in the story of Shakespeare, all right, Macbeth, it will give you a perfect, boring essay. It will say ambition is dangerous, ambition is bad, ambition is not good. It is factually correct. Yes, that's the meaning of ambition, right? But it has no soul. That is the human experience. That is the human answer. The personal touch. That personal touch that's supposed to be in that answer, AI doesn't have it. So that is where you come in as a teacher. All right, so that particular answer, though it's factual, I mean, it's correct in its sense, but it is empty. Do you understand? So when you see a perfect answer like this from a student, you ask them, how does this relate to your own life? How does it relate to your own life? The AI can't answer that. Okay, for the student, it's only the student can answer. So the student has copied a particular answer and sent to you. All right, so when they submit their answers to you, you now look at it as, okay, so this is your answer. How does it relate to? How does it relate to the how does it relate to your personal life as an individual? So this is where the students will now begin to what? Think. This is where they will begin to think, and that is where your role comes in as a teacher. Do you understand? So how do you make your students safe on the internet? How do you make them safe on the internet? Because we said we are talking about what AI is or what tech is, and then how we can use it to plan lessons, and then how to get our students safe when they are on the internet. So how do you make them safe when they are on the internet? We also have to be careful, all right? AI can create fake stories, fake videos. You know that there are a lot of fake information on the internet, all right? There are fake information on the internet. So you are in the position to guide these children, all right? So it can also be based, it can also be biased, it can also be fake, it can also not be real, all right? Some of the answers they give you might be wrong because they copied it from a source that may have a wrong or a right response or answers. So now your ability to guide them in the right direction is where your role comes in as the teacher. Do you understand? That's where your your part as their teacher, as their guide, come in. Do you understand? So internet has a lot of fake news, a lot of fake information, and some things that are wrong are in the internet are so much, they are overwhelming. So your your ability as a teacher to now help the children to sieve the internet or the information they get from the internet so they can extract the real ones, extract the actual truth, the real information is your duty as a teacher. You don't need to be a tech genius to handle this in your classroom. So just teach your students to be good people online. Ask them, is this app helping you? What are you learning from it? Is it supporting your learning? Some of these things will make them to think, all right? It will help them to think. Why? Because when they look at the software or they look at the AI they are using and probe it, because of course they will actually probe it to see if actually this is helping me as a student to learn or not. What benefit am I deriving from it? If they are able to extract that particular information, if they are able to analyze the essence or the benefit or profit of that AI, they will now see the need to either use it or discard it. All right? They will see the need to either use it or discard it. There is a great saying that the role of the teacher is to create the space for invention. All right? So you are not just there to provide information or knowledge to your student. That is not just what you're there to do. AI is the ultimate ready-made knowledge, we all know. Your job as a teacher is to be the one who invents the invention or who invites the invention. So that's why you have to ask your children, how does this information relate to your personal life? How can you compare this character in the story? Because they might ask AI to summarize a particular character in a story for them. But when you ask some personal questions like analyze a social media influencer from Lagos, for instance, with Okonkwo in the story, that's where they will begin to think. And they will see that there is need for them to use their human answer to respond to you. Do we understand? So your job is to be the one to invite the invention, make them to think. You are not just there as a teacher. The era of being a teacher in the classroom who passes information or gives information to students has passed. You just sit and you dish information. Now you help children to discover knowledge. So in the world of AI, in schools, you help children to use AI to discover knowledge, to discover invention, to discover ideas. You are not there to just garbage in. That's what we call it. You garbage in, garbage out. So you just put it in them. And that's why they will end up just having cognitive knowledge. Because you just give them, you just copy on the board and they copy after you. So the teaching and learning of this present time is no longer like that. We have passed that era of teachers just giving knowledge to the children, giving information, and the children will just take it. They will just collect it from you, and that's all. We have passed that era. It is no longer what is obtainable in the 21st century. And in the invention of AI, you are no longer there to give them knowledge. You let them discover knowledge. Do not be afraid that they are going to go to AI to copy something. When they bring back information to you, ask them, what do you think is wrong and right in this information? Because I tell you, when AI gives you facts, because they're actually facts, when AI gives you facts, and if you look at it, actually, you will discover the things that are wrong in it. So that is where your strength of human thought, your deep thinking comes in. And you must have a deep a certain, let me not say deep, but a certain level of knowledge or information on the topic you want AI. Even if you want AI to write letter for you, you must know the type of letter you want to do. You must know the content of the type of letter. So if you do not know, AI will end up giving you wrong information and you copy it and you fail. So AI is not taking over anybody's job. I want us to disabuse our mind from the fact that AI is coming to take our job. AI is not taking your job. AI is only facilitating the job of this dispensation. All right? So, as a teacher, do not be afraid. Just like the teacher I used as example when we started the session. She was afraid that AI has come to take her place because she will just give children, she will give them questions and they will just bring answers and she will be surprised. How did they come up with these responses or these answers? Let me give you another instance. We use AI to write reports in our classes, right? For you to prompt AI properly, or let me not say properly, for you to even prompt AI to give you the report of a certain child in your class, you must know the child, and that is deep thinking, that's knowledge. If you don't know the child, you won't know what to tell AI to do for you. So how is AI replacing your job? AI is not replacing anyone's job. It is rather enhancing it, making it easier for you, helping you. AI is your partner. AI works with you. AI is your assistant. Your assistant in the class. You don't want to spend 5 hours planning one lesson. If I want to plan a lesson for 1 week, I tell you I use less than 30 minutes. Sometimes I use less than an hour. Because of course, some of the topics I have like taught them over the years, so I understand them. So the place I need AI now to work with me is giving me the actual say activity, the actual media or teaching aids here to teach this set of children. So I must have known the child properly. I must have known this circle of children. I must have known that this set of children, they learn by doing, by touching, they are kinesthetic in nature, and audio, and the rest of those learners. Or this child is hyper. What kind of activity can I use to? And then even when you talk of the hyper, there are also levels of hyperactiveness. Hyperactiveness is in different levels. There are children that their hyperactiveness is in their talk. They can talk from now till, they will talk from A to B to D to W to Y. Everybody in the class, they would like to have a conversation with them. That's their own hyperactiveness. There are children, some children that their hyperactiveness is in destroying things in class. They will just look for things and destroy them. They will pull your window down, they will bend your chair, they'll break it, they'll destroy your toys and your teaching aids. That's another type of. So if you do not study, you have a role to play and your role is still there as the teacher. So AI isn't taking your job, but you need to know how to handle it. So when your year 5 student comes to the class and they have their tablet, they want to use AI to solve mathematics, you shouldn't be afraid, because before now we have things like calculator. We have the scientific calculators that we use to solve mathematics, that we use to solve sciences, right? Did it stop anybody from being a mathematician, from being a good mathematician? Let me use that word. No. Did it stop us from learning math? No, it didn't. So if it did not stop, if calculator did not stop anybody from learning mathematics or doing well in mathematics, AI is not going to stop anybody from doing anything. It's not going to take your job. A pen, it's an improved media, all right? It wasn't what was obtainable before now. Even in the invention of pen or any writing material, you still need the pen to write with. The pen can't write itself, or rather use itself to write. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, so without you knowing exactly what to tell AI to do for you, AI will give you just rubbish, fake, wrong information, wrong facts. And you just absorb or swallow wrong information. So this is what happens to our children. In using AI or knowing how to use AI, you have to, as a teacher, teach your children how to think deeply. Use your human ideology. Use your human sense. Think. Probe this information that you have got. Is it true? Is this correct? Do you understand? That's our place as teachers. So if you don't understand this, you will be struggling with children using AI. You don't have anything to struggle about. Okay? So education used to be about the output, the essay. Now, because output is free and instant, education must be about the input, the prompt, and the verification. The verification. All right? You have to find out, you have to analyze it. What is this authentic? Is this true? Is this correct? That's verification. Right? So is the AI's answer actually true? Right? We are no longer teaching students to find answers. We are teaching them to question the results. And that is how to handle AI in our schools. Okay? So, summary. Or in summary, analyze the theme of ambition in Shakespeare's Macbeth, for example. So the AI's perfect response will be this. Ambition is the primary driver in Macbeth, right? That's, Macbeth was so ambitious, and that was what led to his doom, right? So it is portrayed as a destructive force, right? So Macbeth is a brave soldier, but he's vaulting ambition leads him to kill King Duncan. You know the story, right? Some of you that have read the story of Macbeth. So Lady Macbeth also shows ambition by pursuing her husband to act. Ultimately, the ambition leads to their downfall and death. All right? So this shows that unchecked ambition is dangerous to society. Okay? So this is the AI's perfect response to you. So now this response is factually flawless, but intellectually empty. I don't know if you notice, it is intellectually empty. So it summarizes the plot, but lacks a soul or a unique perspective. It provides the average of all human thought on the topic. Yes. Do you understand? It does not have any human thought on this particular topic. Do you understand? So what is missing from this response? What is missing from this response that AI has given us? What is missing? If you look at it, you will see that it doesn't have that touch, that human touch, that human answer. It doesn't have it. It just summarized the story for you. Do we understand? So this is what AI does. This is what AI can do for you. So let me create another picture here. If you are as a teacher, you have your children, the students in your class, this is what happens. All right, this is what happens to children in your class. The children in your class are drivers. Yes. All right, now there are GPS, right? We know GPS. Now GPS shows you direction to a place. Am I correct? It shows you the direction to a destination, to where you're going to. That's what GPS does. But GPS does not know what you are going there to do. It doesn't know. So that's what AI is. GPS doesn't know what you are going to do when you get to your destination. But it just knows where we say it's located so place. Otako is located in so place. It just give you, but when you get to that place, what are you going to do? It doesn't know. So AI is GPS, and your children or the students in your class are the drivers. They are the ones going to the destination. AI does not know the destination. All right? It doesn't know where your students are going to. Okay? So that is why you have to now teach your children how to use AI properly. So if a GPS takes you to a destination and you don't know what to do in that destination, the person that doesn't know what to do in the destination now is the students under your care, your children, your learners, right? So if they get to the destination and they don't know what to do, they will be lost, right? They're going to be lost. So that is why you have to, as a teacher, teach your children what to do in the place they are going to. I'm just trying to bring the AI thing into this scenario, all right? Because once the GPS takes you to the destination, when you get there, you're going to get there, you're actually going to do something. Is that okay? So you have to teach them what to do when they get to the destination. And that is the place of deep thinking, critical thinking. This thing that AI has given to you, what use it is to. Maybe there's a particular topic you're treating in class. How does it apply to human experiences or human existence? Of what use it is to your personal life? Do you understand? So this is what we teach our children. And that is how to handle AI in schools. Okay? So now the role of the teacher is to create the conditions for invention rather than to provide ready-made knowledge classrooms. That is your role. Okay? That is what you should do as the teacher. Your role is to make sure to create the conditions that will lead to the invention in your class. Do you understand? It is not for you to create a ready-made classroom. Do we understand? So this is a quote that I'm going to be using to end this session. So if you can think this way, how do I help my children to create the invention? How do I help them to think? How do I make them to probe the AI responses that they get? All right? Whether you like it or not, the children are going to use AI. If you stop them from using AI in your classroom, when they go out into the world where AI is operational, they will crash. So you need to allow them to explore AI. So that when they explore it, understand how to use it, if they go out there, it's not going to be a fight anymore. They're not going to be struggling to use what? To use AI. Because they will meet it. Whether you are a parent or a teacher, if you prevent your children from using AI, it's not going to solve any problem. Maybe when you are in the house, nobody should use AI, this and that. Don't use AI to answer your questions. That is not what you should be asking or telling them to do. Rather, you should ask them to probe the answers the AI has given to them. You bring it and analyze it with them. Let them look at it and think deeply about it. And in the process of this deep thinking, they learn. They learn. Okay? So, final thought and action step to take. As we wrap up the session, this is what I would like for you to do. When you go home, ask ChatGPT to write a lesson plan for your hardest topic in class. Just choose one hardest topic and ask AI to ChatGPT to help you, draft the lesson plan. Then find out 3 things it got wrong. Find out 3 things it got wrong from that draft that it will give you. And this is where your part comes in. You look at it again. All right? So, I also want to add that as a teacher, you don't have to be a genius to know how to handle AI in your class or make it useful to your children. All right? But that notwithstanding, I'm not saying if you don't have to be a genius to use AI, and as a result of that you should relax. It is a tech world. You need all the knowledge. All right? You need all the knowledge there is. So what you should do as a teacher is to make sure that you improve yourself. All right? Get yourself acquainted with all these AIs that are everywhere, so that when your children are using AI, you know how to guide them, you know how to help them. I'm not saying know everything, but you know to a certain level where you can guide your children and help them to succeed in their academics. Do we understand? So this is where we end our session today. I trust that we have learned something. So if you grabs anything from the session, I would like for you to drop it in the comment section, and you can click on this slide to download the free ebook, The Educator's Edge. Is a PDF document, just a 5 pages document. So you can click on this slide to get the PDF, or you can also scan the QR code to get the ebook. All right, it's a very powerful one that will help you in your journey as a teacher. All right, so we have come to the end of the session, and I am so excited that we learned something today, and we're going to meet again in the next 2 weeks, because this is a bi-weekly session. All right, so in the next 2 weeks, I'll be coming back to the screen for us to share another interesting topic together. So I will see you next time in our live session on YouTube. Please try to invite someone to join this session. All right, it is a very good place for you to be. You can comment, you can educate us, you can add to the topic that we are looking into. You can give us your own view about the topic in question, and we'll also learn from you. All right, so I am so happy that we have come to the end of the session. I will see you next time. Bye.